Okay, there we go. What's up, everybody? Let me turn this one off and still look bright, still look dark, so had to do it like this. So, welcome everyone to WFSO Aftermath. I was undecided if I was going to do it tonight or not, but I might as well. I was just like, why not? I might as well just do this show. So, just a little bit talking about because I'm like already, trying to make plans. As y'all heard, that the Royal Rumble, the tickets went on sale this past Friday. So I'm already, trying to make plans to go. I guess there's gonna be a few friends that's gonna go. So right now we're, trying to
You have
get.
friends aside from me? I don't understand this insanity. Just joking with you. Don't look at me like that.
I was laughing.
Give me the death stare. Give you the death stare.
Hmm. Just need a sip of that, but this is probably just gonna be a short show. I always say that, but it end up being like an hour or longer than an hour or something like that. But
I don't want to know when you do a long show because I might just as well go bed, pack a bag, go on vacation for a week, come back and still be like, and on to the second hour of Monday Night Raw. Gone away for a month.
oh man,
Tell me I ain't lying.
you probably will try to like leave and don't come back until it's all over.
But when you get on a road,
Right.
sorry, I'm not trying to mock you.
No, you're not mocking me. I don't see that as a mock. But anyways, it's like I was trying to try to do a couple of things for the Royal Rumble since we have a few friends that's gonna come along and it's just like pretty cool that go to a different pay-per-view at least. Like besides like the other like pay-per-views, like sometimes they had some in Milwaukee and some of the ones from Chicago. Like I did witness, let's see, Money in the Bank down there, Backlash, of course, the pay per view after WrestleMania. Um, but yeah, it was no a lot. Um, let's see. What is this too strong for you?
Right?
Guess according to her, she was sneezing. But let's see. Sorry, y'all. I'm just trying to like look and see if there's like a little bit of news to talk about. Let's see. AEW tag team nearly parted ways prior to signing with the company. Um, Smackdown returns to FS1 on October 29th, which I know some people ain't gonna be happy. And although like the numbers they put out was like SmackDown was doing better, but they wasn't really doing as better as they used to because they was on cable television. And I guess like they show on there and they had it on their other channel FS1. So yeah, that kind of sucks. Um, no, no, not talk about that. Not the preview. Not that. Although AEW did have their their listing the tournament for the what was it for like the number one contender for the AEW championship had something like that. Of course they was going to change Karen Cross Carrier trying to make him more psycho, which is kind of stupid. They should have just left it alone in the first place. Damn Vince McMahon. Of course, Crown Jewel this Thursday. Wednesday or tomorrow, I will have a video just giving my predictions up for Crown Jewel. So watch for that. Um, of course, they're gonna do the spin the wheel, make the deal match for Halloween Havoc. Knew that already. No, who cares? Um, ain't really much to talk about. We'll just talk about the Raw results. So you already seen that Bianca Belair won by disqualification, and so it seems like they're gonna carry the they're gonna do what they did with the tag team titles last year. They're just gonna like switch them or something, which is doesn't make any sense. With or is there a way have Becky retained and have them switch titles or whatever? So yeah, I don't know what they're trying to do with this situation. So they kind of you know messed up. Let's look at the raw results. Back and forth about their match. King of the Ring semi-finals. Xavier Woods versus Jinder Mahal. Xavier Woods did win. It's kind of expected, but now Austin Theory was doing those pictures or whatever. Then suddenly Jeff Hardy got back up, beat him as well. Um, let's see. Big E and Drew McIntyre went against Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler, a rematch from 2 weeks ago. And Big E and Drew did was pretty shocked by, although the match wasn't that long, but Mansoor did win. But um, but yeah, I'm just shocked that I thought like Cedric Alexander was gonna win. I guess it needed a little bit build up for the Hurt Business, but this is interesting. Um, Ali Mustafa, as they call it, Ali, as came out and they were Styles. interfere, start attacking. Um, Queen's Crown semifinals. Shayna Baszler and Doudrop. It was a pretty like interesting match because I didn't. I thought they was gonna give the match to Shayna Baszler, but unfortunately they didn't. Doudrop ended up winning, so it's just kind of weird that they went the opposite direction, like trying to push new stars. So yeah, that's just interesting. Selena Vega was out there, and they had a little bit of a confrontation. Like nobody touch each other or anything like that. But yeah, but Finn Balor versus Mace. Finn Balor did win. Xavier Woods was out there, and the like got about to get heated. Kofi Kingston came out, tried to separate them, but a little bit heated there. Main event Raw Women's Title match. Bianca Belair versus Charlotte. Um, Crazy enough that um, like it was a good match, but you was thinking that Bianca Belair was going to actually win win the match. Um, like of course it was still a good match from what when they had their last match a couple of weeks ago. Um, God, but Charlotte ended up with a chair hitting Bianca Belair, then so Bianca Belair won by disqualification. But yeah, decent Raw. Like it wasn't all that great. It wasn't bad. But like I said, a few matches was pretty good. But just overall, let me just count how many. One, two, three, four, five. It was a good amount of matches, but it was just something that that wasn't there. That was especially for a go home show before like a pay per view. Which is kind of weird that they couldn't go. Like Goldberg could have made an appearance to make him more interesting instead of him being backstage or something like that. Like he could be in the arena, but had Bobby Lashley be like somewhere backstage, like doing the interview or whatever. So I understand it would have exploded, but I think it would have been better. They would have, excuse me, have Goldberg being at the arena and like Bobby Lashley backstage or something like that. That's just that's just what I thought. But anyways, so like I said, it was decent. Like I said, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't good either. Enough, but let's see. There really wasn't ain't that much another news that came out about anything big in wrestling, but just talking about the ratings. Of course, the head-to-head thing with Smackdown being like half an hour longer, commercial free for that half hour because AEW Dynamite, not Dynamite, but AEW Rampage did the same thing, and they had CM Punk and I was gonna say his WWE name, Evan Bourne, but it's Matt Sydal. So they had them two. They was in a match for commercial free, and I think it was another match. I didn't catch what it was, but they did have the ratings up there, and it's like SmackDown did win the ratings, but not as good as it used to be. It's kind of low. It's kind of like NXT low. So yeah, shocking. It's well, the reason it went that low because the people that had cable, and there's people that don't, and they put the baseball game in its place. Um, well, yeah, interesting. But I am going to read the ticket price, which I seriously doubt that they did. These lasted ticket price for Raw in Long Island as AEW nearly sells out at the same venue. WWE has slashed ticket prices for the upcoming Raw at the UBS Arena in Long Island, New York on November 29th. The report noted that WWE has sold and distributed 3,130 tickets this far. Is that after announcing an appearance from WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns? Current ticket prices for Raw are now lower than AEW ticket prices in most, if not all sections. That would have been interesting. Meanwhile, AEW Dynamite, I guess, was just going to go there a few days later, I believe. So far has sold 7,639 tickets. And they are close to selling out that venue. I think that's nearly, from what they saying, is nearly 80% of the venue. Well, maybe this will teach them to no, they shouldn't went up in prices in the first place because you had like the highest ticket price they had was like 60, and now there's up to like you got like $115 tickets. Then you got $250 tickets for like so called VIP. Just in in a certain section, which is really stupid. About to say, I know they both, even AEW's tickets is not that pricey, which is a good thing. Both WWE and AEW are set to debut UBS Arena, the future home of the NHL's New York Islanders. So I guess they moving from where they was at and going there. Okay. November 29th episode of WWE Raw will be the first ever pro wrestling event at the venue. A few days later on this you mean like a week later on December 8th will air a live episode of Dynamite and a taped up and Rampage will be taped. But as we can tell, they were previous upper decks were 30 plus. Some are now available for $15. But yeah, so talk about a little bit about the Milwaukee Bucks. Of course, last season they was the third seed uh, in the NBA in the Eastern Conference. So shockingly, you got they you had Brooklyn second and Philly the top seed of the East, which you would have never expected. Like you expected Philly be like number 4 or something like that, or they should have been like number 3, but it didn't way. So Milwaukee ended up being third, and the newly revamped Brooklyn, before they got like James Harden, they were thinking Brooklyn was gonna be good, but they didn't think that Brooklyn was gonna be, up there, which they were. And plus, towards the end of the season, it's like although like the Bucks had some questionable losing streaks going on last season, and some games that they should have won but didn't. So yeah, that's just another thing just to be thinking of. Um, but it's just crazy and interesting. But but we'll talk about like what seed I think I'm gonna take this year in a minute. But it's just interesting, especially what they did like the last minute trade before the trade deadline for PJ Tucker. I think they traded PJ Tucker for hmm. Hold on a second. Oh, okay. Know what it is. Never mind. Um, apologize about that. Um, but what I would think like I thought they was gonna get the first seed last season, like they did for the previous 2 years that they did, and although those past 2 seasons they like in 2018-2019 season they advanced to the Eastern Conference Finals. They was leading 2-0, then lost 4 straight to Toronto to get to the NBA Finals. Um, then I was gonna say the bubble season, I would say the 2020 playoffs were insane, and ever since the Bucks went to the bubble, they were on like a big losing streak, which is insane. Um, they lost game 1 to Orlando in the first round, then won 4 straight after that, and advanced to the. But then again, before they did the game 5, um, the NBA was put on pause because the Bucks was they was taking a stance on what happened to Jacob Blake, and I think it was Kenosha, I believe. But yeah, but they did win game 5 and advanced to the but the picture was with this that they would have faced either Indiana Pacers or Miami Heat, with Indiana Pacers having the 4th seed and Miami having the 5th seed. So yeah, crazy enough, but sorry, just watching a little bit of. Oh wow. That's crazy. Just remember watching this episode last week. But anyways, they lost to it ended up being Miami that's going against the Bucks, and the Bucks end up losing in 5 games. But though they lost, well, like most of the game's been close. Then like the probably like the last couple of minutes of the game, like few I think it was 2 of the games that Miami blew them out, and they was doing the wall defense, which yeah, just crazy. But hmm, that's funny. But yep. Oh wow. This is crazy. That's crazy. But anyways, sorry, get back to the as you saw this season, well this past season, they got on, Drew Holiday, and they sacrificed a lot for, getting him. And like I said, like towards the end of the trade deadline, they ended up picking up PJ Tucker for DJ Wilson and DJ Augustine. That's funny. But anyways, um it just it still feels surreal that, what happened during this past season's playoffs. You have the Bucks going against the Heat in the first round. Um I admit there were some people that, bring it on with the Miami Heat that, oh, this time we're going to beat them. And me, I was a little concerned just from how they was playing last year, and like although, you know Miami did won the series against the Bucks 2-1, I believe, the season series, I should say. So the playoffs was gonna be like a little bit, just say scratchy. Crazy enough, just thinking about like, are they gonna beat them and stuff? But then again, there's a few players that they used to have that, that the Miami Heat didn't have anymore, and it was just crazy. It's like Brent Forbes, who we did had, he stepped up on that game, and actually, there was one game he scored more than Jimmy Butler, and he's like their top scorer. So yeah, crazy enough. So Bucks did win the series 4-0, so they swept them. Um, um, uh, some of these commercials. But anyways, Sorry, I keep on pausing and stuff, but what? Then they got the Brooklyn Nets in the second round, and the first two games, Bucks lost to Brooklyn. But before then, within like maybe 5, 10, or 15 seconds during the game, James Harden ended up having an injury and was taken out. So was that a good chance for the Bucks to take the advantage and beat them? Who knows? But the first two games, they didn't need James Harden as they did beat the Bucks the first two games, and especially game two where they was just like blown out. And I know the Bucks didn't like that feeling, so I don't know. It seems like the coach finally adjust to to their system like finally. So it's just we didn't want to see another second second round upset with the Bucks like losing to Brooklyn. Well, it wasn't really an upset, but it was like Brooklyn was as people wanted to expect them to win the whole thing. They was thinking it's gonna be between them and the Lakers, but then again, Lakers lost in the first round against the Phoenix Suns because like the Lakers were dealing with injuries all season long, including like parts of the playoffs. So yeah, crazy enough. But wow, get to finally pay man, finally get to pay more attention to the Chucky episode like I did. I did see it on Tuesday, but it's just good to like watch back and see like what I missed. But anyways, Bucks were down 0-2, and when they finally got back home in Milwaukee for the game three and game four, they really turned up the heat. And the other bad part for the Nets that I think was during game four that Kyrie Irving got injured, and yeah, crazy enough that he but yeah, so it seems like it was all up to Kevin Durant. But then again, you got a lot of people saying that Kevin Durant can't lead a team. He always had to jump to like other teams for help. But but then again, it's like after they tied the series two apiece, you was thinking that okay, it's like his opportunity to prove people wrong that he can lead the team by himself and with the cast that they have and go from there. But James Harden was back in for game five and played, but the problem was he wasn't 100%. They, as you know, rushed him back, which is makes no sense. And that just shows like desperation, which is crazy. Um, but no, game five, the Nets didn't win. Um, it was a close game, I believe. Game six, although it could have been a win or go. It was win or go home for the Bucks, but the Bucks did good and ended up winning Game 6. But they was like really hoping that is you know not Harden but Kyrie Irving gonna be back. But yeah, insane. But the thing is like it was a close game at Game 7. Although Harden did do a little bit, but he didn't score much in Game 7. But it was like mostly like Kevin Durant is like he missed some of his shots, but it's like most of the time it looked like he couldn't miss. But yeah, it was like the final minute and whatever like that. Bucks did had the lead, and Kevin Durant when he got his, he was guarded by PJ Tucker and like giving him a little difficulty, but it looked like it was a fadeaway shot that he shot. Was he thought it was a three? He did make it, but it ended up being a long two. His foot was on the line. So, and you got some of these people was like, oh, if he had smaller feet, they would have won. But like, why y'all looking at the back then and was like looking at the right now, or whatever? But then again, that saying that game, that 2 pointer had tied the game and sent it to overtime. Then after all that, it was like nothing but Bucks from that overtime, and the Bucks won the series. They beat the juggernaut Brooklyn Nets. Although they didn't have Kyrie Irving, but still, a lot of people were saying like Brooklyn is going to be winning this and all that stuff. So that kind of shut the haters up, and Bucks advance, and they was waiting on the winner of the Philly and Atlanta game. Um, Atlanta surprised everyone, and they beat New York in the first round, and shockingly, they beat the Philadelphia 76ers in the next round when it's semifinals. Which leads to the Ben Simmons crazy thing going on, like with the like some people was blaming Ben Simmons for the way that just the way that the last minute of the last couple of seconds of their game, and I think it was a game 6, I believe, because I think they did win it in Philly. No, game 7, and in Atlanta, and I think it was like either because Atlanta didn't have the home court advantage, and I think it was game 7. So I apologize about that if I screwed it up, but I think it was game 7, and shockingly, Atlanta won and went to the Eastern Conference Finals, and they set to face Milwaukee Bucks. So you were never thought that the Bucks would have had being the 3rd seed and Atlanta being the 5th seed, like with Milwaukee having the home court advantage, which everybody was happy and thought this is good. Bucks had home court advantage, and but part of everybody was like, part of some people was thinking like, okay, hopefully it don't have the end result that it did with Toronto, like they doing good and suddenly you lose. But Atlanta beat the Bucks in game 1 at home. Bucks won game 2. Game 3, Trey Young did end up getting injured. and the Bucks did win. So it was 2-1. Game four. Um, I think and Giannis ended up getting injured, and Atlanta won that game. So they wasn't sure how long that Giannis was going to be out. But for game six, well, no, game five, when they were back in Milwaukee, I think Trey Young returned, although he wasn't fully 100% himself. But yeah, I know I think Atlanta did win game five. So yeah, crazy enough. Wait. No. I'm sorry. Bucks won game five. Sorry about that. I just had to backtrack that a little bit. Bucks won at home game five, and the Atlanta Hawks was hoping they will tie the series in game six, but with Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday stepping up those past games, including game six. Um, sorry. Um, but yeah, crazy enough that Middleton and Drew Holiday stepped up. So which was pretty cool that they stepped up and with Giannis at sitting on the bench where they're just watching, although they don't know how long that he was gonna be out. But with that little bit of luck and Trey Young, I think he was doing good that game, although he, came back from injury from in game five. So he's doing okay at game six as well. But it wasn't enough to beat the Bucks. So the Bucks did win the series and end up becoming Eastern Conference champions. So I guess like that was set, but before that, Phoenix Suns did win against the Los Angeles Clippers in the West Finals, which was the first time that Los Angeles Clippers made it to the Western Conference Finals in their franchise history. So it was the first time for them to make it to the Western Conference Finals. And Phoenix made like short work of them because they was out. Kawhi Leonard was out. Although Paul George did what he could, but I think it was like I think it was 4 games to 1. Phoenix beat them. I think that's what it is. But then now they set the stage for Milwaukee and Phoenix to go against each other in the NBA Finals. Phoenix did have the home court advantage because they had the better record, which what made it kind of tough. Was like I know everybody here in Milwaukee was happy that the Bucks did made it to the NBA Finals. Probably like the first time since 1974 they made it to the NBA Finals. Um, but the NBA Finals that they had, in 1971 that the Bucks did that they won, but in 1974 they lost to I think it was Boston they lost to in 74. Um, but yeah, I'm just like thinking back that thinking back with the Phoenix and Milwaukee series. But Funny, but let's talk about this serious. Um um sorry, I keep pausing and stuff like that. But anyways, I did watch game one at the sorry, did see game one at the Pfizer Forum. Um it was it was interesting to watch it, although it was on TV, and like to get watch game one. And I think the tickets were free. It was just like a first come first serve type of basis. But anyways, yeah, it was really bad for the Bucks. They lost game one, but Giannis was back. But he kind of did what he could have did, but he but anyways, um like I said, the first two games, Bucks lost to Phoenix, and although like I was mentioning, Giannis was back, but game one, although I think he had like 20 points or something like that, he was trying to do what he do to try to get his legs in gear. Although it was like a ankle sprain, so they had that injury during the Atlanta series. But yeah, he was just having trouble a little bit with game one. Although some people probably don't see it, but I did. But game two, yeah, he was on another level. Like I think he had like 32 points, I believe. So yeah, he was up there, and but Suns beat him. They came back here in Milwaukee for like game three and game four. Giannis was on fire, but Chris Middleton did have his moments, and yeah, Bucks won game three, and Bucks won game four, which were heading back to Phoenix for game five. Because normally, like on an old, like what I was growing up watching the NBA finals, they used to do it like 2-3-2, but now it's just doing it like the regular way, 2-2-1-1-1. So yeah, they had game five for Phoenix, although the series was tied, but Giannis went to, like I said, went to another level. I think he had like 30 something. I'm not sure, but yeah, it was. But the biggest thing that happened was that shot block all over the world when Chris Paul was trying to give it to DeAndre Ayton, and Giannis blocked the shot because it was a close game, and it could have tied it for it to maybe go overtime, but it didn't go that way. So blocked the shot, and I think they scored again to make it official. So Bucks won game five in Phoenix, and now Game 6 was back here in Milwaukee, and just it's huge. It was huge. I know a lot of people are saying like, "Oh, we're going to win it here. We're going to close it out here." But like I was into it too, so I was like, "Let's hope they close it out here." And the guy was talking to me was like, "No, they are going to close it out here." I'm like, "Okay, they're going to close it out. They're going to win the championship." But just back my mind was just like, I guess I was like a little bit concerned, but I would like them to close it out tonight. But I don't if they like would have lost it back in Phoenix, and it would have been a good opportunity for them to win it at home, like win the rest of it at home. So it would have been great. But Giannis went on the tear and had like 50 points. They had 10 rebounds and 5 blocks. So yeah, he went on a scoring tear on there. And of course, Chris Middleton had some scoring moments too. But yeah, Drew Holiday was struggling a little bit during this series, and but he still was doing everything else like on defense and things like that. So like although his like shooting wasn't there, but everything else was like his passing and defense. So yeah, he was giving like Chris Paul some trouble ever since Game 3. But like defensive wise, but like his offense was not there. But good thing like Chris Middleton, stepped up and became that number 2 player. And because I was talking about it earlier in the season, I'm starting to think that I believe that Drew Holiday was the number 2 player and Chris was number 3. So he proved me wrong and proved everybody wrong that he could be that number 2 guy on the championship team. But as y'all kind of know right about now, Bucks won the series and ended up becoming NBA championships. I was there, and go back to the past couple of months on here on this YouTube channel, and I recorded like the last minute of the game, and plus with the ceremony as well. We're just talking about the game and stuff like that. So you get a chance, check that out. It was like an amazing night, and it was fun. Um, so Bucks won the championship. Giannis was Finals MVP. I think he had like 32.5 points in that series per game. And of course, he's doing everything else too. But yeah, it was really, really good that the first time in 50 years, Bucks won a championship. And this was their second championship. Like finally winning a championship in 50 years, and like it was just that time. And I know some people was like, Phoenix need this. They need this. Oh, they need this more win than the Bucks and stuff like that. But which that is true that Phoenix did needed to win it because it would have been their first NBA title ever. Like in not like first title in years and something like that. This would have been their Phoenix with Phoenix. It would have been their first title ever. But it's just the way they both small market teams, but it's like Phoenix is more like successful small market than the Bucks were. Well, Milwaukee was. Phoenix was a successful small market town than Milwaukee, but like I said, a lot of changes that happen around here that people don't see with Milwaukee. That is, yeah, it's getting better. Like like I said, just wait till like the next maybe next 4 years. Like everything will be complete, and I think around either 2025 or 2026, that whole district of the Deer District will be completed. Um, a Punch Bowl Social will be back open within a matter of weeks. Um, although the Avenue got delayed now they're going to wait until November to open it. So I think some of the stores are not open yet, including they having the t-shirt shop that they had when it was at the Grand. That's still gonna be there, and it's gonna be like mainly like food on that thing. Where they're supposed to be adding like a few more things too, like Foot Locker that moved to the other side of the mall. Um, but yeah, I don't know like all the stuff they have upstairs. They could have been like more stuff upstairs, but who knows? But yeah, they had their parade. I was there for that. I didn't stay for like the speech or whatever because of where I was parked. So I thought I was going to get in trouble. So I had to move and just watch it on my phone and watch the rest of it at home. So yeah, it's interesting. Pictures are on wrestlingfanspeakout.weebly.com. Milwaukee Bucks. Look at the Milwaukee Bucks page on that website. There's the pictures of the parade there. So if you get a chance, check that out.
Check
Um,
out everything my husband does. He's the greatest.
oh,
I'll beat your asses if you don't.
but anyways, although I went rambling about the Bucks preview, but I am gonna predict, the season. I think with the additions that they added Rodney Hood, they added Grayson Allen, which today they gave him a 2-year extension because he was on the I think he was on the last season of his season of his contract. And yeah, just look back at it. This would be the last season of Dante DiVincenzo's contract too. So I don't know what they're gonna do with him or anything like that. But I think I don't know if he's gonna be ready by tomorrow or anything like that. But just hopefully he would, he gets to play. Also, let's say they got Rodney Hood. They got back George Hill, which was one of the reasons they was like in the first seed for the past couple of years, having a good backup point guard like him. Um, they re-signed Bobby Portis because he opted out. The only two losses that they had was, well, I wouldn't say one of them was not a total loss. Was Brent Forbes? He was not a total loss because he didn't do much after the Miami series. So yeah, so that's not a total loss. And BJ Tucker was like it was a big loss, but I don't think it was like a bigger loss. They did get Sammy Olajetti from Boston, so they got him. So he could be, at times playing the combo forward. So kind of like they say he's supposed to be like the younger version of PJ Tucker. Didn't see him play yet because he's dealing. I think he's dealing with an injury. I think it's a foot injury. I'm not sure, but they got him too, and the two rookies that they signed. I'm not going to pronounce. Well, Sandro, I can pronounce his first name, but not his last name. So signed a 2-way contract, and you have Georgie. Um, he signed to a contract for like I think it was like a 3 years, like, and I think it increases. So the first year he's going to get paid like nearly $1 million. Then I think it goes up a little bit after that. Like second year probably be over $1 million. Then third year maybe 1.5 million. That's just my guess. I'm not sure. But anyways, shows some things that that these rookies can do, especially Sandro, for like a guy that can play the power forward and center. So he's going to be a two-way player, and yeah, it's going to be like interesting. Especially they still got their original players and stuff like that with, and I think Chris Middleton. I think after this season he can opt in or opt out of free agency. I think it's this year. It is this year or next year, but I think it's this year that after this season, this coming season, that he can opt out or opt in with Milwaukee. But I'm pretty confident that Middleton is going to play for the final year of his contract next year. But just like before then, I think he was overpaid. That was my thing. Like he was overpaid. And of course, earlier like the mid last season, Drew Holiday extended to like 4 years. Um, which I think that starts not this season but next season of Drew Holiday's his 4 years because he didn't say he was going to opt out of his contract because this summer he could have opted out, but like around March he resigned with them, stay for like another 4 years. So I don't know if this other contract that he's got going to start. I think the contract that he's signed with them is going to start next season. So as you might well say, he got like total of 5 years with the Bucks, and I know they're going to worry about Chris Middleton. I think Brook Lopez. I think he's got a player option after this season as well. I gotta look that up, but I will correct that. But anyways, I think that the Bucks would go nowhere down but the third seed, but I think they're going to be the second seed. I think they're gonna win the second seed this year, especially with the incident with Kyrie Irving, the Brooklyn Nets, that he's not playing home games. But I think like the Brooklyn don't want him to play at all if he's not going to get the vaccine. But yeah, maybe they might trade him or something. Who knows? But it's just interesting that that this dramatic thing. I guess he said it's not about pride. It's like what he like want, what he chose to do and what he believes in. So with Brooklyn with like just them James Harden and Kevin Durant and Blake Griffin. So they got their big four. So Mara said they're gonna use them for their big three. With Bucks with their big four with Brooke, Drew, Chris, and Giannis. So yeah, interesting enough. But yeah, I think the Bucks will get the second seed. But then after like all this stuff with Kyrie Irving, when the season starts, all this stuff tomorrow, I think the Bucks have a very, very good chance to take the first seed. And I think that they have a pretty good chance of winning it all again this season and of being back to back champions, which we do kind of need from them. But who they might go against, um, I think it's gonna be between Phoenix again and I was gonna say Dallas, but no. I'm not saying the Lakers because of all the stacked up talent they got, but like everybody's like, kind of like mid age and stuff like that. But yeah, I'll say between Clippers and Phoenix. I'll say that's what I think who's going to be in Western Conference win the Western Conference championship. So it'll be between Phoenix, LA Clippers, but I'll just say Clippers. But I won't be surprised if Phoenix be back there. So I'd say Milwaukee and Clipper and LA Clippers. Just to make it more interesting. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna leave it there. Although I went a little bit longer than expected, but that's how it is. Um, look out for, like I said, post a video either tomorrow or Wednesday about the prediction of Crown Jewel. Then Friday, I'm gonna post another video talk about Bound for Glory, which is I think is this coming Saturday, I believe. So there's probably gonna be end up being some surprises there at Bound for Glory, but we will see. Um, like this video, give it a like. Oops, turn on the camera by mistake. Sorry, hold on. Let me turn this off. Okay, apologize about that. But don't forget to subscribe to the channel and comment. Well, comment if you want. If you want to enter in the giveaway. If you already subscribed, you're halfway there. All you got to do is comment to enter in our giveaway for the Funko Pop bobblehead T-shirt and mask. So the more you comment, the bigger, better chance you get to win. Um, but just subscribe anyway, and let your people know about this channel too. That if they like pro wrestling and they like the basketball team, Milwaukee Bucks, this will be the channel for them. So hopefully y'all spread the word and let people know about this channel and all that stuff. Check out the website also, wrestlingfanspeakout.weebly.com, and also look for Wrestling Fan Speak Out and Wisconsin Fans Speak and Real Milwaukee Bucks fans on Facebook. Look for WFSO on Twitter, and also you can look for me on Instagram. I'm posting up, like some wrestling stuff or just other personal stuff on there too. So check me out on Instagram, RTrailJ2000. But that's it for me. Thank y'all for watching. I think most likely we will be going on again next week Monday. But I gotta mention something about tomorrow because I'm supposed to go live right after the right after the game. But most likely it's gonna it's gonna happen on live in the morning on or in the early afternoon on Wednesday, talking about the tomorrow's game. So the season premiere of WFSO Bucks Talk will be Wednesday instead of Tuesday because Tuesday I will be down there at the outdoor watch party. So get to enjoy them, watch them get their ring, and watch the banner go up. So and and it's probably gonna be another time that it's probably gonna be like late too. The Minnesota game that's gonna be the 27th. I'm trying to go to that, so that would be late. But although I won't do a live video on tomorrow about the game, but I will do a live video Wednesday. It could be like anytime in the morning and the afternoon that I could be doing that video. So watch out for that. And also, I know I got to put two more reviews of it. It's Brooke Lopez and Giannis. So I'm going to work on that and hopefully they'll be on here by no later than tomorrow. So you're going to get a lot of videos from me about the Milwaukee Bucks tomorrow. And like I said, I'll film stuff like while I'm down there and send it to you guys too. So y'all get to watch it on YouTube. So yeah, like I said, I'm out of here. See y'all next week. Most likely I will do the show next week, but if it doesn't happen, it'll be the following week. But as I mentioned, also the 1st of January, I think that'd be January. No, not the 1st of January, but the first Sunday of January, which is January 2nd. Aftermath will move to Sundays. So we're kind of do back to Sundays like we're on Wrestling Fan Speak Out show used to do. So we're gonna do that. So just look out for that. And I know I haven't done WFSO throwback in a while, but watch out for that. But when the move for for Sundays is gonna happen, I think I'm still gonna keep throwback on Saturdays or Sundays. So just watch out for that. Hopefully I'll remember to put videos up this week, this weekend for that. But anyways, y'all have a good night, and y'all check me out on my other videos as well. And oh, there we go. Until the next video, everyone. Good night.